Well, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. It is about 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time here, and here is your latest video forecast for today. It is Monday, June 2nd, 2014. This update is sponsored by Metal Magic in Washington. You can give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless dent repair needs. Folks, write that number down because we may need them later this week. We're talking about the potential for severe weather this afternoon. All right, I'll do a quick video update today, and hopefully maybe get to do a more in-depth one later this evening, but it would be late this evening before I would be able to do one. But to give you an idea of what to expect here, here's the latest HERM model through the overnight hours and into this morning. The HERM model only comes out to a 15-hour model, so it's short term, but it gives us a good idea of development. And what you can see here's here about 9, 10, 11, 12 a.m. You start to see these showers and thunderstorms pop up and become very numerous in coverage this afternoon, especially once we approach the noon hour. So we take a look at the high resolution NAM. You see kind of a very picture. It's a little bit lower resolution, as you can see, than the HER, but still high enough that we can get a good picture of things. And here's what you see. And notice here by about 10, 11 a.m., you start to see storms really begin to fire over across the area. And really, this afternoon, we could potentially see a pretty good deluge, according to the high resolution NAM. Our rain chances are pretty high today. The NAM would bring to our rain chances to near 100%. I think I've only got it at about a 70%, but you can see again, rain chances pretty high, and then some storms potentially through the overnight hours again, and then storms tomorrow, but more in an isolated nature tomorrow. All right, let's talk about what to expect. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a 5% risk for wind and hail this afternoon, 2% tornadoes. Again, anything that fires today is not going to be organized. It's going to be very loosely organized in nature. There's the parameters up in the upper layers of the atmosphere. They're just not conducive right now to having organized severe weather. They are there enough that we could see an isolated rogue cell or two pop up and briefly go severe before pulsing back down and kind of collapsing on itself. So that's certainly a possibility, and we'll monitor it, and if anything comes up, we'll certainly bring that to you on our Facebook and Twitter feeds. But overall, I think the severe risk for today is pretty low. Now, we are facing a pretty decent severe risk as you go later on in the week. That's for Monday. Here's what Tuesday looks like, and you can see there's a pretty decent severe weather risk on Tuesday. Just to our west, if we take a look at the probabilistic, the 5% marginal risk does extend just a little bit over into us, but Tuesday doesn't look like a bad day for us. Wednesday is the concern. We're in all underneath of a slight risk, and as you can see as I hover over here, it is a 30% risk. That is an upper end slight risk. The severe weather threat for Wednesday is now increasing. We take a look at the severe weather data, we can see exactly why the severe weather threat is increasing. Here we are for Wednesday afternoon. Let's look at the EHI, the Energy Helicity Index, and this is a measure of spin in the atmosphere. And what you can see is the purple starts the 6 category, and anything really over 1 is kind of raising an eyebrow for the potential for a severe thunderstorm development, in particular with tornadoes. But really, by the time you get to 2 and 3, 4, in those stronger numbers, that's whenever you really raise your eyebrows and go, whoa. Once you get to 6 plus, you're like, oh my goodness. And it's bullseye right over here over the state of Indiana. Right here, by the way, it is kind of hard to see. Well, I don't know why that just did that, but hold on, folks. Give me just a second. Alrighty, folks, my apologies. I actually recorded this video once this morning already. The computer crashed, and I was worried it was crashing on me again, but no, what I'm trying to do is highlight the area here for you, but I forgot to turn my tools on that allow me to do this, so hence you see all the jumpiness. My apologies for that. Here is the state of Indiana, just to give you an idea of where it's at, because I know it can be a little bit hard to see, especially if you're watching on your phone. But you can see this bullseye of 6 plus severe weather parameter right over us. So that's certainly a concern, and really the concern that you get when you see something like that is the potential for long-lived, strong, long-tracked strong tornadoes. And if we get any severe storms to fire ahead of a main line, sort of a rogue storm, what we call supercells, that's what we'd watch that for. It does look like we've got the potential for a squall line to come through on Wednesday night. timing varies on it, but it could be even as late as 1 in the morning before it starts to enter in the area. It could be as early as the early evening hours. That timing is going to have to be adjusted over the next couple of days. But severe weather threat definitely there and increasing. We have good instability for this as well. If we take a look at our CAPE product, 3,000 plus joules per kilogram. That is 3,000 plus units, even 4,000 plus units over here in some places. That is more than enough to fire severe storms. Lifted index is also extremely good for those of you that understand what these mean. Not everyone will, and I understand that, but just take my word for it. Instability is plenty enough there. Wind energy also plenty enough here. Here's the state of Indiana right here. We're looking at winds at about 18,000 feet in the atmosphere. You want about 35 to 40 units of wind to be able to produce organized severe weather, and we're at 50 plus units right here. So just all that to say, we have got the potential. Everything is there lining up for a decent severe weather event as of right now in the models. And finally, I'll show you this. Taking a look at the crossover, we're looking at change in wind direction as you go up from the surface to 18,000 feet. And what you can see here is winds at the surface kind of out of the south, almost southeast over in portions of the area, going almost due west, and then a little bit more of a southwest to west here. So again, we've got good change in wind direction, and that's what you need. You need change in wind speed and change in wind direction as you go up to produce those rotating thunderstorms. We see that, so that's something that we're going to have to watch out for on Wednesday. I would not be at all surprised to see this updated to a moderate risk for severe weather at some point. It is not there yet, but we will see. Let's go to southernindianaweather.com, and we'll go ahead and end this with taking a look at your 7-day forecast. Mostly cloudy, numerous showers and thunderstorms possible today, and isolated to strong storm is possible. High around 81, breezy at times, south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow's only a 40% chance of precipitation, so it'll be kind of a lower end day. Wednesday, 90%, numerous showers and thunderstorms later in the day. I do think it starts off the low chances and then really low storm chances as you go into the early afternoon hours. It's going to be later in the afternoon before it starts to see that 90%. So Wednesday morning looks like a pretty good break in action, but by Wednesday evening, south winds 10 to 20 miles per hour kick in, and strong to severe thunderstorms are looking more and more likely on Wednesday night. Then after that, though, the rain chances go down to 30% and 20% the rest of the week. So you can't complain about that, and even with temperatures in the low 80s. Our normal high temperature right now is actually 82. So actually, you see we've got some days coming up where we're actually pretty much in the normal category. All right, that is it for this update, folks. I will have another one of these later this evening, most likely. I've got some things to going on this evening, but I don't. We'll try to record a video later on for you and look more in depth at that if anything changes. And of course, if anything does happen this afternoon with an isolated severe thunderstorm, keep it tuned to our Facebook and Twitter feeds, and we will update you. All right, that is it. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great day, folks. Take care.